to seal or not to seal? That is the question. That's my Beyonce face. Do you want to seal your wefts? Or should you seal your wefts? The answer is maybe. Depending on the condition of your hair. Me personally, when I get some new hair, I'm not about to spend like, I be having like 4 and 5 bundles in my hair. Me personally, between having 4 and 5 and 6 bundles in my hair, it already took me like a whole week to do my hair first off, with washing, coloring, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to take a whole nother day to seal my wefts, and then my wefts be crunchy as fuck when I'm sewing them in. Like, that's just me. But should you seal your wefts? It depends on a couple of things. The grade of your hair. Like, if you bought some cheap ass hair, you know that shit gonna shed out, right? So, I mean, as a precautionary, maybe you should seal your wefts. Like, maybe you should. But if you just bought some Sassy Mitchell for like $1,000, I'm not about to seal no damn wefts, and I just spent $1,000 on some hair. Now, if you went with like a medium grade, which you spent maybe $300 or $400, again, as a precautionary. But if I feel like I got decent hair, I'm not gonna seal my wefts. At least not the first go round in the sew-ins. Does that make sense? Because do I got some weave? I got some weave right here. Okay, like, you got some weave, and depending on the constructions of your wefts, if your construction is fucked up, then hell yeah, because your sheddage depends on if your wefts are not like well kept or well maintained or even well constructed. So mostly when you spend less money on your hair, your wefts are not that much. It's not that well constructed. So of course, seal your wefts. But on my more expensive hair, I wouldn't, especially not my first go around, just because of the quality of hair. Being the fact that after 2 and 3 months of you wearing the hair and the needle going through the weft and all that, whatever, when you wash it on that second install, I say go ahead and seal your wefts. It makes a lot more sense to do it the second go around than the first go around, because really, if you seal your wefts the first go around on some kind of expensive hair, you might be doing more damage to the hair than you actually think. And I mean, again, this is my opinion, and this is just kind of going by like what I've like just kind of experienced. And then a lot of the times I don't even seal like my short, like if it's like a 20 inch and up, like the shorter lengths like that, even like 12 and 14s, I don't tend to seal those wefts as often as I would like my 30 or my 28, which is in the back, and I feel like those maybe need a little bit more attention than the ones at the top. I think that's just me, because they tend to be a little bit thinner. The tracks tend to be a little bit thinner, but again, that's just me. So that's my take on sealing wefts. I would love to see what you guys think. So comment below on if you do seal your wefts and what you use. We can actually talk about that now. I've heard many things, like a lot of people use the 30-second Pro people. They also do like glue removers and blah 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 blah. Easy Track Weft Sealer. It was like fucking $8 damn for this little ass bottle. Like, and it barely sealed like 4 bundles. Like, what if people got like 6 bundles? I got about 2 bottles of this shit. Okay, I mean, and it's efficient. I'll say that, for being like $5.99, it's efficient. But other things that a lot of people have been using, a couple of people that I did actually do their hair, she used Fray Away. Cons with Fray Aways, I'm gonna tell you this now. So Fray Away works excellent with fabric. So I mean, I guess they sewing the hair. I don't know. I don't know who thought to use Fray Away, but whatever. A con with Fray Away is it really doesn't dry completely. It kind of almost turns into this. It seems as though it dries completely, but like on the second use after you've washed your hair, it gets really tacky and almost gunky. So when you put a needle through the weft, it kind of peels away almost. It's like you have to like wash it off and then redo it again. I mean, I didn't really like it, and being the fact that when it dries, the Fray Away turns white. So I mean, we have dark, we do the dark root so you can't see. So you can't see as we blend. So with the weft of the hair being white, you have to then go and dye or put like Beijing coloring on it to make it back black. That's just too much work. I like to do as little work as possible, and that's just too much. But one thing that I am going to say, which is kind of crazy and out of the box, that I really didn't think about, but I ended up doing anyway, and it kind of worked out pretty much even better than this $5.99 shit. I went to Sally's, and they had nail glue. Okay, hear me out. Just hear me out. I know this is ghetto, but they had nail glue. And what I did, well, I was like, oh, okay, nail glue. And then the nail glue came like with a brush, like, okay, this don't want to open because this is stupid, but like this got a brush in it. It had like one of those little brushes, but it was like for nail glue, and I was like, why would nail glue have a brush? Like this is perfect. I'm going to use this. So I got the nail glue with the brush. It was like $2.99 with your Sally's discount card. It was like $2.50. I was like, okay, cool. You know, I can bring shit from Sally's back. So I was like, this is even perfect. I can like do it and bring it back. Okay, I didn't bring it back, but because I do that a lot, but used it like on. It was probably like I used it on a couple of bundles, a couple of my back bundles, and I am going to say it worked very, 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 very well. It worked really good. Pretty well. I remember the 28 inch 28 or 26 inch. One of them was shedding really badly because what I had ended up doing was splitting. It was double weft, and I ended up splitting the tracks just because I wanted them to be super duper stacked in the back, just to maximize on length and maximize on space back there on my neck. So with me using a seam ripper and ripping them right through, I was getting a lot of sheddage just because of the mismanagement of the weft. So I was like, shit, what I'm gonna do? I didn't want to use none of this. I didn't want to buy $5.99 this, which I'm not against this. I'm just not against. I'm against $5.99 for that for 4 bundles. That's not enough. Anyway, so I bought this glue or whatever, the nail glue, and I applied it to it, and it took regular time if you're still in wefts. And I had got like no shedding after that, which was very amazing. And it's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, I used nail glue, and it actually worked very well. The only con that I did have about the nail glue is it made your wefts hard as fuck. Okay, so like if I'm rubbing right here, I'm like, oh, okay, rubbing on my hair. I was rubbing back here, and it was like super super stiff, which was good in a sense, just because I knew it wasn't gonna shed out. But just kind of when you're taking it out, it was kind of like you kind of like bending them for them to crack, especially when you go to like reuse them for the next cycle. You like crack and like almost breaking the bond of the super glue. But even then, I use them like 2 or 3 times after that, after only sealing them once. Even after I washed and conditioned like 2 or 3 times, I did not have to reseal, which with a lot of stuff I noticed, you have to reseal after every wash, which I don't be liking to do again. It already take me like 5 days to do my hair. Like, I don't need to add no more steps. So, I mean, tell me what you guys use to seal your wefts. And I actually tried on a couple of like my top. I'll redo my top bundles and see if I like it on my hair. Right now my hair don't shed like at all. This old ass hair. But right now I'm not getting like any sheddage. Like, I'm not getting any actual sheddage. So tell me what you guys use. I would love to know. Actually try some stuff out. Or if you want me to do a review on some stuff, let me know in the bottom. Subscribe. Bam. Alright, thank you guys.